State Representative Ted James, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, District 101.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here on today. Everything went along well from what we have been seeing. Some of the things that you needed to talk about, you didn't get a chance to talk about. Is there anything special that you would like to say now that you got a mic that different than what been happening?
Well, I think that the biggest issue is making sure that the people are getting involved. We're elected and our names appear on the bills, but the most important work is done on the ground. We've done some good work in criminal justice reform, but we're not there yet. We still have, number one, too many of our young people getting locked up for low-level drug offenses. We still have too many of our young people sitting in jail on bail, people that are awaiting trial and they have a bail obligation, and that's an issue that we need to look at as well. We have some people that owe less in bail than they owe in fines and penalties if they were convicted.
Right. Well, one of the issues I have as far as the legislation goes, is how can we get corporate America to pay taxes more than what they're doing today?
When we look at the state revenues, we have sales taxes that account for about 40%. We have individual income tax that accounts for another 40%, and corporate franchise and corporate income tax account for less than 5%. We got a problem there. We got a problem. We have $1 billion budget deficit, but we give out over $1 billion of money to companies in terms of, I call it corporate welfare. I'm sure you agree. The problem is it's not enough of us down there to vote. It's not enough of us down there to repeal some of these things. You don't have to incentivize the oil companies like we incentivized them in the 80s to come here because they're already here. And a lot of times we do things in the name of economic development, but all we're doing is subsidizing companies. We're paying companies to come here, right? And that's not something that we should be doing when we rank last in education and healthcare.
Right. Well, that's the same thing I said. I'm kind of into the community, being a community activist, and that's one thing I always said. They're going to move if we don't give them tax incentive, roll it up and go on.
That's what I say too. We don't have to beg people to be in Louisiana.
Right.
We are a rich state. We have a lot of resources. And if the only reason that they'll stay here is if they're getting off the public dime, then we can see them leave.
Yeah, well, Representative, appreciate you.
Appreciate you. And thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you for all that you guys are doing. It was a very pleasure to have you guys here today.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Boudreaux, come over here and stand in front of this camera and this microphone.
I get nervous in front of it.
No, you get nervous in front of.
What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
You get nervous in the front of me or in
No,
front of the camera?
No, I'm at peace, and thank you for being here today.
I want to thank you and all your colleagues for being here today. We don't hardly get that in Lafayette, where a group of black people come together for a common cause. And I think this was for a common cause.
It really was. I'm proud to be a part of the caucus and also to bring it to our community, because our issues and our concerns here are not unique just to our area. My colleagues battle the same concerns in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Shreveport, Alexandria, and Lake Charles. So if we can come together and stay together, then I think that gives hope to our people in the communities that we are, number one, fighting as one, and that they would stay engaged in this process, and that we would empower them to make sure that we make the best decisions for all of those that we represent.
Well, you being my senator, I want to ask this question. What are we going to do to get corporate America off our tax system and make them pay taxes?
We got to get the right people elected, and it starts off at the local level and it moves to the state level. We cannot continue to take handouts from corporate America and let them get away with it. I think you heard today in the presentation, the state gave away over $8 billion in tax breaks last year. We have a $2 billion deficit right now. It's a $2 billion deficit. So if we gave away $8 billion and we down $2 billion, if we would just cut that in half to 4, that means we'd have a surplus of $2 billion a year, and we'd be able to fix our roads, we'd be able to educate our kids, pay our teachers, keep the nursing homes open, and we wouldn't have any discussions about closing UMC or any partner hospital in this state.
Senator Gerald Boudreaux, appreciate you.
I'm
Keep
here.
up the good work. And look, Don't stop doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Because if you do, I'm coming at you.
Thank you
With
for
my
being here.
mic.
Thank you
All
for
right.
being here.
Appreciate
you bringing it to the people.
Right now, I have Councilman Pat Lewis for District 3, and he was here for the, what you call it? The Black Caucus legislation that was here to give us some of the ideas, and we had questions, and they gave us answers. And right now, I want to ask you, how did you come out and feeling about the Black Caucus here in Lafayette?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Really, I was very, very impressed of what I heard, and just by having all these people come out that represent us, represent our community, and they really told us, hey, we are the last people of your defense. And hearing that was very inspiring. I really enjoyed hearing and listening, and just so amazing to see them out here, to come to Lafayette. In fact, I'm impressed the most they came in District 3. I represent
District 3.
Clifton Chenier
And
Auditorium.
you know, I always
Very
say,
excited about that.
I always say to other people in the district that I talk to, because I'm all over in the community and I push things in the community. You have one of the biggest districts in the city parish of Lafayette. And I'm proud of you for the work that you're doing in your district, you know. And I want you to hear this coming personally from me. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you. And again, it was just welcome to see all our elected officials come all together, and they're fighting for us. In fact, in the next hour or so, we're going to be at the Earl K. Long building on UL campus with the governor, and he was here too. The governor was here, and it was another great thing that the governor was here, coming and listen to our concerns, and really, again, in District 3. I love that. In fact, where they're going on UL campus is District 3 again. I keep saying it because I'm so proud of the district and the things that happen. A lot of people don't realize that UL campus is in District 3 as well. So that's another plus for us too. So I'm glad to have the governor here at Clifton Chenier Center. I'm glad to have me at UL campus, and I'm glad just for all the people that came out, and they'll have a lot more people on UL campus to hear what the governor have to say. So if you can come out, I'm sure you're going to hear this later, but if you didn't have a chance to come out, just ask someone. They have someone that you know will be there. Talk to them about it. So that's the only way you can get some knowledge, by asking questions. Knowledge is powerful.
I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
For doing this interview with me.
No problem. Anytime.
And we're going to always be friends.
Okay, good deal. You're right about that. Thank the listening and viewing audience.